Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'd like to show you how you can make your own quick and simple wire stripper. So this is just made out of a scrap bit of 2x3, some utility blades and some screws. So if you're anything like me and you don't like to throw anything away and you like to be frugal, then this is ideal for stripping down old household wiring to access the precious metal inside, such as copper, and then you can then take it on to a scrap man and get some cash for it. So today I'm going to be making a nice quick and simple device to strip wire, and for the base I'm going to be using this scrap bit of 2x3 which I've cut down to 40 centimeters in length. So if you're interested in the dimensions of this project, I'll leave the details in the description box of this video. So I'm also going to be using 4 of these blades, Stanley blades, and I have 4 sizes of drill bit here. I have 4mm, 6mm, 8mm and 10mm. That's so that I can strip different thicknesses of wire. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is do some markings along the top here. So I'm going to be adding the Stanley blades to the top of this 2x3 rather than the side, because the idea is to have 2 options with clamping. I want to have the option of clamping either side here to the end of a table, but I also want to use the depth of this 2x3 to clamp it into my portable workbench, which is outside, and you'll see that later on. So starting off, I need to make marks for each side for clearance for side clamps. For that, I'm going to make a mark at 3 centimeters each side. So I've done a quick bit of maths here. I'm going to use 4 blades, so I just need to put them in 4 equal areas here. So first of all, this has been divided into 4, and that gives me 8.5 centimeters. So I'm just going to mark that up 4 times. And just using the speed square, I can make those markings. That gives me 4 sections. So now I'll just find again the centre of those, which is 4.25. And again I can just mark those up. So now the blades can sit roughly centralised inside these sections, like so. Now I just need to make one sort of guideline at the top as a reference point to fix all the blades in the same position later on. There we go. So I started off by putting this piece of wood in the vise, and with those lines that I've drawn, I'm going to add some grooves in there with a handsaw, and that will help for the drill bit to stay straight later on. Now I can move over to the drill press and start drilling out these grooves. So I'm trying to get as close to the edge as I can, and I'm going to do 4mm, 6mm, 8mm and 10mm, and that just gives me a range from the smaller wire up to the bigger wire. So now I could take a rasp and just remove any rough material in those grooves. We want these grooves to be nice and smooth so that the wire can run freely through them. Then I cleaned up the edges with a small chisel. And then finished off the grooves with a file. And then I gave everything a quick sanding down, and I also sanded in those grooves too. And that's how it looked afterwards. So now I just want to give it a quick coat of paint. This is just emulsion, and because it's scrap wood, I just wanted it to look a little bit neater. This is not necessary at all. Now I'm going to use some old candle wax and rub that into the grooves, and that will help the wires run smoothly through the grooves later on. Now I can just line up the blades, and with an awl I can make a mark and drill a pilot hole ready for a screw. So I'm going to connect these, one at the top. You can see they have those two little grooves at the top. So I'm going to put one in there, and they're slightly off center. And then to lock the blade in place, I'm going to add another 2 screws at the bottom, and I'm using like a pan-headed screw so it grabs the blade. And this way, when the blade's dull, you can always undo the screws and replace the blades. Then I just used a marker pen and labelled the different sizes. And then I just wanted to add a little hook in one end, and this will just make it easier to hang up and store later on. And then I gave it a quick coat of furniture wax. This will just help to keep it all clean. So I've got a bunch of wire that I want to strip, all different sizes and thicknesses. And you can use this device in a clamp on your bench. You can also use it with squeeze clamps on the edge of a table, but I'm going to be using it outside on my portable workbench. So now it's time to give it a test. It was a little bit slow to get used to it at first, but once you get the hang of it, it goes quite quickly. I'd advise to wear gloves at all times because you don't want to get any sharp bits of metal in your hands. And I used the various sizes for the different thicknesses of wire. So here are the results. Right, so that is about it for this video. Really quick and simple project, just a scrap piece of 2x3, some utility blades and some screws, and there you have a DIY wire stripper. I found it very useful. All the wire that I had lying around, I've now stripped it, ready to cash in at the scrapyard. So why not make one of these for yourself? If you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.